Franny here, wanting to talk to you today about one of the topics I get asked about the most as a person that teaches pickleball and plays pickleball. And that is, what type of paddle should I buy for pickleball? So what I finally realized is, as I went back into my own history, was that initially I didn't know whether I liked the sport or not. So I bought a very inexpensive paddle to see if I liked it. And it was cost me about $30 maybe for two, or $45 for two and some balls. Pretty inexpensive. You definitely don't want a wooden paddle. Graphite is very good. Graphite paddles, those types of things. Now there's two types of paddles that you can get. One has an edge here. The other is edgeless. All gearbox paddles are edgeless. And sometimes the ball will go off of this edge and you won't like it. And sometimes the shape you may not like. So all paddles come in different sizes, different shapes. My recommendation for you is get an inexpensive paddle to see whether you like the game, number one. Number two, then experiment with different paddles with your friends. Or if you're at a court and you get to know somebody, try to take a different paddle. So when I first started out, this seemed to be the paddle that everybody liked, which was the Z5. So I had to have a Z5 then, as I thought I was getting better. So I thought it was good because it's wide body. It's a little bit wider than the other two. So I thought, well, that's good. I won't miss as much. Then from there, after playing some tournaments and things, I thought, boy, everybody's got the Selkirk. And I talked to people, they loved it. Now the grips are all different too. If you look, this was a cloth grip. This is a leather grip. The cloth grip will absorb sweat, but I've sweat so much that I'm going to have to replace that. So it's just a matter of your taste. Most people can get them re-gripped at a Big Five or something like that store. Or I have a great guy here and he'll re-grip for me. If I buy the grip that I want, then he'll do it for maybe 10 bucks for me. So if not, he charges a little bit more. But it's great. So that's another thing you need to experiment with. What type of grip do you like? Do you like a skinny grip? Do you like a little fatter grip? Depending on the size of your hand. So experiment with people. Try different ones. Then I played in a tournament and I saw this gal that beat me. And I thought, boy, she was really accurate with her shots. And I come into pickleball from table tennis and ping pong. And so I thought, well, this is more like a table tennis racket. Also, I have a bad back. So this gives me a little bit of extra length when I'm reaching for something. And I like that about this paddle. So if I'm having a bad day, a lot of times I like this paddle. It gives me a little bit more control. And it's a little bit easier for my back situation. So I bought that and I use that sometimes. Then everybody's thing at where I was living was the Engage paddle. So I bought an inexpensive Engage paddle, ended up loving it. So then I moved up to this paddle, which was an Engage also. And then from there, I liked it, and I thought, well, you got that back problem, so you better utilize a paddle that is a little bit longer. So then I have this for the days I have a bad back. After that, the latest thing I bought that I just wanted to experiment with was an inexpensive carbon paddle. Carbon seems to be the latest thing. I don't know much about it, but I like this little space here because I feel like when I serve, it gives me a little bit more control. So I've been happy with this. This was very inexpensive, and I like how it feels. So I've been utilizing this with a group of people that are a little bit lower level than me, and just to get the feel of it and see whether I like the carbon paddle or not. So remember this, paddles are an individual choice for you. Whatever you decide, start out easy, and until you get to be a lot better, I wouldn't move up much. But then I'd experiment by asking different people, what paddle do you like? Can I try your paddle just to see if I would like it? Most pickleball people are like, sure, Fran, go ahead. And then I you use it against the wall, or I would play with it, that type of thing, and then I'd ask somebody else. And then a lot of times the guy that sells them here said, Fran, I'll lend you a demonstration paddle. So I would use a demonstration paddle, see if I liked it or not. So I find that the more tournaments that I play, I usually use one or two paddles. And it depends on the type of day that I'm having, whether I'm having a day that I need more control, or whether I'm having a day where I need a harder hit. Or if I'm having a bad back day, then I might switch to the paddle that's shorter but gives me more length. So just remember, it's individualized. The important thing is just get started in pickleball. You'll love this game. And I'll talk to you about just the mistakes that people make so that they get injured the next time. But start playing this game. It's a great game and you'll love it. Okay, don't forget to sign up for Franny's Sports and Travel Corner. I love you. Get ready to play pickleball. Take care.